Let me pose a question to you. Is Taylor Swift a better artist than Beyonce? Now, I was recently watching an episode of the Brilliant Idiots podcast with Andrew Schultz and Charlamagne the God, and they were having this discussion about is Taylor Swift a better artist than Beyonce, and right now her tour is actually more successful than Beyonce's. And the conversation basically ended with Taylor Swift being compared to Michael Jackson, and which if you ask me, I kinda agree. But even though Beyonce's tour hasn't made as much as Taylor's, do you not see how well that fucking Renaissance tour is doing? A single show in Atlanta has over 71,000 persons. If you're comparing that to like new artists, just look at Coi Leray. Her most recent album sold like 10k units first week. 10k. That's like fucking 1%. I'm an asshole, I know. That's just all to say that Beyonce is doing really well. More than well. She's fucking great. She's elite in the game. Beyonce is loved and praised so much, even if she had a controversy like what Lizzo had, no one would bat a fucking eye. If Beyonce says don't be fat, don't be fat. And everyone on Twitter would hear that and be like, guess she's right. Anyway, today we'll be reviewing her second album, B'day, which was released back in 2006, around the same time as Amy Winehouse's Back to Black, Nas's Hip Hop Is Dead, Rihanna's A Girl Like Me, and Jay-Z's Kingdom Come. So fair enough to say she had some competition. But from what I remember, this album competes well with those. Yes, different genres, but the music value is high. So let's discuss it, track by track. So Jay-Z starts off the track, very charismatic. Nothing too impressive though, just the typical Jay-Z that we've come to know. But even from the first beat, you can tell that the track was going to be energetic, probably a bit sensual, and Beyonce just confirms this with her powerful vocals that command attention front and center. The infectious rhythm, accompanied by blaring horns, creates this atmosphere of celebration and empowerment. The track's lyrics pairs with the track title that makes observations and connections to past and current lovers. I believe this track was the lead single for the album. Jay-Z didn't overstay his welcome. It's upbeat, it's funky, Beyonce's vocals are dope. Overall, this track is a 100% hit. Like most of the songs on this album, Get Bodied is another hit that incorporates elements of R&B, pop, and hip-hop. The production is a playground of sounds, from the playful synth melodies to the groovy bass line that are as equally as dynamic as Beyonce's performance. However, I don't know if it's my copy or if it's intentional, but the background vocals and Beyonce's vocals sound like they're fighting for attention, like it's poorly mixed. I don't know if that was intentional or not, but it is very forgivable for how great this track was. Fun fact, Swizz Beatz is actually one of the producers on this track. Suga Mama's guitar riff kicks the track into gear, accompanied by Beyonce's vocals, which just exudes confidence and charisma. And to any ladies looking for an emotionally and financially unstable young man, look no further. The song's funk/blues/rock infused sound sets it apart from the rest of tracks on this album, and of course Beyonce normally does well on productions like this. The combination of brassy horns, a groovy bass line, and a sizzling guitar creates an irresistible sound that's impossible to not dance along to. Lyrically, on this track, Beyonce is everything that I'm not. She's financially in control, emotionally in control. She has her shit together, and she wants to give some loving while expecting her fair share in return. Upgrade You follows along the same themes as the last track with just a more hands-on approach. It's very fierce, it's very strong, and you just can't help but wish you had a partner in your life that had the same amount of energy. That being said, ladies, Beyonce did all of this and she still got cheated on. You are not that special. Lyrically, Upgrade You is a love letter that goes beyond the surface, delving into enhancing each other's lives. It's about celebrating your partner, uplifting them, and rooting for their success. Beyonce got bars though. I can do for you what Martin did for the people is such a fucking hard bar. If a woman ever told me that, she could probably peg me. But this is what I like to see. A strong, independent woman wanting to uplift her man, you know, get his money up, get his lifestyle up, you know, make him emotionally well. Because a lot of you out here are leashes, not only women, men too. A lot of you are, you know, fucking terrible people, you know, taking a baby mama's food stamps for like an hour studio time. All that just to make a track that wouldn't even reach the success of like a Coil Ray. Yeah, some of you are just leeches that just won't ever make it out the hood. Oh, and Jay-Z's on this track. And I guess, you know, he's Jay-Z. But this is either like a top 2 or like a top 3 Beyonce Jay-Z track. Ring the Alarm is another hit on this album, and every now and then Beyonce makes a track that's, you know, just on the attack. It's the embodiment of fuck around and find out. You think after I literally upgraded this man that you can just come here and take him? Are you fucking dumb, bitch? And we know the Noels have hands. Just ask Jay-Z what happened between him and Solange. That nigga got his ass beat in a 2x2 elevator. It was just like mink, mink, mink. The beat is incredibly intense and the lyrical content matches well, creating this rush of emotions throughout the track. Lyrically, Beyonce goes into the complexities of emotions that happen with heartbreak and infidelity. If only she knew what was coming. But yeah, she discusses heartbreak and the deception that comes with it, ringing the alarm as a literal cry for help. I know we talk about Beyonce's vocals a lot, but her ability to transition from being very soft and vulnerable to being very strong and fierce, that perfectly encapsulate the turmoil of this track is something that few artists can do, currently at least. On Kitty Cat, we go down in tempo a bit, but it generally keeps with the themes of the album. On this track, we basically get like a sassy B saying that, you know what, I need attention, I need my respect, I know I deserve these things, and if not, I'ma leave. Burrell starts off this track with his infamous 4 count, and it's another mixer of R&B, hip-hop that sounds, you know, a bit seductive, but not too head-on. It's almost like how your work wife would talk to you. It's like, you know, she's giving me that come fuck me in the break room vibes. Like, just talk to me. I can take away all that stress your wife puts you through. But yeah, the production sets a good backdrop for this track. Very confident and sensual. However, on this track, Beyonce comes off more like your wife/girlfriend. You know, she's independent, she knows her worth, she won't settle for less, blah blah blah. It's like the same speech that your wife gives you like once for the month. I find it really hard to tolerate Beyonce on this track. Her voice just comes off as a bit annoying, as well as the beat, and re-listening to this song doesn't help. I don't really care for the subject matter, and overall it's just a miss for me, but I do see the appeal outside of my own opinion. This track is a mixture of dance pop and R&B. It should come off as energetic and liberating, but just not for me. I guess the message of this track would be to embrace your individuality and sensuality. Which again, I get the message, you know, be comfortable in your own skin. It's okay to be different, be who you are. But it just comes off a bit cringy, even the way that Beyonce says it, you know. Every now and then, you need to reach into your closet and just put on that Freakum Dress. It's just cringe. I like this track a lot more than the last. It's very soothing, probably even cute, I should say. The vocals are amazing, and there's this nice sax solo that's towards the end of the track. Definitely one of my favorites on the album. The track is another call for action, you know, telling you to seize the moment, don't limit yourself, which all tie into the metaphor, which is green light, you know, which is basically, you know, it gives you the go ahead to pursue the things that you want. That being said, this does not apply to pedophiles and listeners of Playboy Cardi. I think this song is probably diamond by now. If not, it definitely should be. You know it, I know it, it's great. This song competes with Dangerously in Love, Single Ladies, Love on Top. It's one of those songs that you wish you can experience for the first time again, and 99% of artists will never in their career have a song that will reach the heights that this song has reached. The production comprises of different elements like an acoustic guitar, a catchy melody, and a rhythm that supports the track's lyrical content. And lyrically, the track does not disappoint. Beyonce is telling a story of a person in a relationship, reaching their breaking point. They had enough, and they just need things to end so they could at least leave with their dignity. The iconic to the left, everything you own in a box to the left is synonymous for moving on. This track makes me want to get into a committed relationship and then end it so I can listen to this song more intensely. And to those of you watching, I challenge you as well. Listen to this song and then break up with your partner and then listen to it again and tell me the difference,
I may never understand why.
Resentment is the last track on this album. It has a lot of hurt, a lot of soul. You can tell the southern roots are in the song as well as the church choir influence. It ties in with the track previously as Beyonce describes the nature of what occurs when heartbreak and betrayal happens. The piano strings create this beautiful backdrop where Beyonce vocals just glides over this soothing melody. The track showcases a breathtaking performance by Beyonce and can probably resonate with anyone who has been through something similar. Alright, that was Beyonce's B'day, and it was a solid 9 out of 10. Almost every song on this album is a hit. Beyonce showcases her vocal range over groovy beats. Very fun listening experience, and Beyonce rarely disappoints, but this is by far one of her better projects. We had a few guests on this album, Jay-Z, Pharrell, I think even the Neptunes, and all were, fine, some better than others, but overall really great. The album is a classic at this point, almost perfect, minus Freakum Dress, but it's still great. But yeah, let me know your thoughts in the comments below, if you liked the album, if you didn't like the album, but yeah, just form your own opinion. But yeah, thanks for watching. Bye.